All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Sherry Placco, and I am here with my amazing friend, Wendy. And I am so excited Wendy's teaching this class with me because we are here to talk about your adrenals and adrenal fatigue. Um, we've all probably heard of that. I never really knew what it meant, but we're going to talk about what you can do to support your adrenals. And we're going to talk about why we choose Young Living products to help us support them. Now, the reason I'm so excited that Wendy is here is Wendy's a science teacher. She loves to talk science. So I love to just listen to her talk when we're doing very sciencey topics. We've known each other for 5 or 6 years, and we've had the opportunities to hang out together in person. She's all the way out in California. And obviously, I'm here in the Chicago area. So it's so fun when we get together both virtually and in person and talk about all of the things that we love. So first, actually, this was a picture of us when we were in Florida last year. I did find a picture of us, and we're just really glad to have you here tonight. Really quickly, if you are not familiar with Young Living, we are going to be talking about a lot of product alternatives that come from Young Living. And I wanted to let you know why we choose Young Living. Many products that you find in the store, even if they're labeled as, natural or green products, they're not highly regulated for safety. And we as a consumer have been led to believe that they're safe. But in order to combat the risk of toxic overload, Young Living has helped make it easy for us. We have an easy button because they have over 600 products to equip us with nearly everything we need to feel empowered on our journey to natural living. Young Living is the only company that has what we call a seed to seal quality commitment. And that means our plant material is all grown on our own corporately owned farms or partner farms that you can visit. If you happen to be anywhere in the world, in Australia, you can just walk into one of our farms. If you're here in the US and you're in Utah or Idaho, you can just walk on in and see everything that's happening. No other company will give you that transparency. Every great care is taken to preserve and protect all of our natural resources. We have planting events. We do just giving back to the environment and the community. Hand weeded fields. How awesome is that? Zero pesticides and so many more things. You can check out all the details at seedtoseal.com if you want more information. But we're going to really try to respect our time here and keep it to 30 minutes. And that means I need to kick it over to Wendy because the science behind your adrenals and adrenal fatigue is huge. And we need to know what that's all about before we can talk about how to support it. So I'm going to kick it over to you, Wendy.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Sherry. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you guys are here. Oops, let me turn my phone off really quick. Sorry. All right. Well, let's talk really quick about what are our adrenal glands. Okay, really quick to know where they're at. Take your fist like this, put them behind your back, and they're about right there where your fists are. Okay, so that's where your adrenals are. They sit right on top of your kidneys, and they're about they're like the size of a walnut, and they're kind of oblong shaped. All right. Their primary job is to secrete hormones, which we obviously need all the time, right? Well, they secrete things like cortisol and DHEA, which DHEA is actually gets transferred in our bodies into testosterone, which even as women, we need a little bit of that. So it keeps us all at a balance in our body, everything at a balance. And DHEA helps to build lean muscle mass. It boosts our libidos, and we need that as we get older, right? It boosts our energy, our good energy, and it helps to safeguard our mental health. Now, what happens when we have, so cortisol is also excreted by the adrenal glands, and cortisol is super duper cool. Cortisol is made for us it's that hormone that's secreted for that fight or flight instance in life. Like if we lived out in the forest or something like that, and a bear's coming at you, and your body's like, holy cow, right? Cortisol comes in and it shuts down other functions in your body that are not needed at that moment, and it focuses only on those things that you need, like your muscles, like your feet. Run. Okay. everything else is shut off for the moment, right? And then after that stressor, that fear leaves, cortisol subsides and your other hormones come back in and everybody comes back to a balance and everything's working happy. All right. Well, what happens with adrenal fatigue is that cortisol gets bumped up and bumped up and bumped up, maybe from a bunch of stressors happening in your life. And what happens, instead of it dropping down after the emergency goes away, it keeps up. And when it's high, other things can't come into play. And so it stops other functions of your body. And you have to think about, our hormones are kind of like the play money for all the arcade games, right? In an arcade. And if you don't have money to play the games, you can't play. Well, it's the same thing. If those hormones aren't coming out in your body at specific times and specific amounts, everything in your body is going to suffer. So that's why adrenal fatigue is really bad. So I was reading a statistic, and about 80% of Americans, you guys, experience some sort of adrenal fatigue. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced fatigue. I have. When I was sick back in 2012, like one of my journeys that I started off with this, I was all into this because I was, for sure, I totally thought that I had adrenal fatigue. And so I was addressing it. So it comes as, adrenal fatigue is like a symptom of a bunch of different things happening in your body. So fatigue is, you're just incredibly tired all the time, even after a great night's sleep, even after a relaxing weekend, you are just bone tired. You just can't get going. Even after a few cups of caffeine, of coffee or something like that, you just can't keep going, right? You're yawning all the time. It can come off as brain fog. You can have a poor stress response to situations. Your moods might fluctuate. You might just go like, something really small might trigger your anger response, things like that. Nothing's working right? Because that cortisol is high. So nothing else is working, and our hormones help regulate all of our moods, you guys. We need those hormones to be balanced, right? How many people have, women on this call, how many of you guys have experienced PMS? That's during a fluctuation of hormones, right? If you have daughters, or if you're a teacher and other girls that are teenagers, they go through these crazy fluctuations of hormones, and it makes you bonkers. And the person going through it makes them bonkers as well. So it's crazy. So let me tell you guys some things. So fatigue is horrible, but there's other things that come in as well. So stress can be something really big. It can be a death. It could be a move. It could be a birth of a baby. I mean, it could be some really, really big stuff, right? It could be the loss of a job. It could be a change of job. It can be a bunch of little things as well. So that feeling like that you get when you're like going to be late somewhere and you're like rushing and you just can't, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late and this is stressing me out. When you have adrenal fatigue, you have that all the time. Okay. You can think about the smallest thing and you're like, oh my gosh, I have that fight or flight sensation, right? And so your body is pouring out cortisol, and it's a really bad thing. So check it out. High levels of cortisol, this is what they do. They stop healing in the body by increasing inflammation. Okay. Really bad. They stop you from resting. You're not able to rest. And even if you sleep, you don't go into that deep sleep mode that you have that regenerative like rest, that your body can regain energy. You just don't get that. All right. It messes with our metabolism. Hence, a lot of people with adrenal fatigue gain weight, especially around the midsection and into the back area. All right. It messes with your cholesterol levels. Okay, it messes with our hormones. I already said that, and our moods. It messes with your focus, like we have up here, the brain fog or the cognitive issues, right? Not remembering anything that you just said or maybe did during the day. When I had it really bad, you guys, my husband could come home, and I'm a homeschool mom of 3 kids and I'm a teacher, and he'd be like, oh, what'd you do today? And I would just be like, I don't even know. oh my gosh. And it was like, it would make me cry because I'm like, oh, I just really don't know what I did, you know? And it was really frustrating. And it also can mess with your blood sugar. All right. And blood sugar is really important. We're going to get into that in a second. But I want you guys to see that this one little hormone is big in our bodies and it has a major effect on so many things in our bodies. All right. Let me make sure I covered everything that I wanted to tell you guys about that. I think it is, but the best part of this is, you guys, is it is so treatable. So it is something that is really tremendous that happens in to our bodies, but with small measures, we can totally fix it and get our bodies working back like they should. So now I'm going to pass it back over to Sherry, and she is going to tell us how to love on our adrenals.
Thank you so much. And I love just listening to you explain it all. You just make it sound so much easier than like all the technical jargon when I was like researching all of it. So how do we love on our adrenals? Well, first, we have to nurture our bodies and set into motion the right series of events in our body to tackle our hormonal health, because that is really the foundation for happy hormones. And as you heard, the adrenals kind of control all of that. So you heard Wendy talk about stress. That's a big deal breaker, right? No matter how severe the stress is, your adrenals treat it the same. So constant stress means that your adrenals are constantly on high alert. You know, it's like we're running away from the bear in the woods, like she was talking about. So we have to find ways to reduce our stress. Getting rid of toxins is another big one. If you're already on our team, you know, all the time we're talking about how all of those, we have to be good label readers, because so many of the products in the stores are endocrine disruptors. Your endocrine system is your hormonal system. So all of those things are impacting our body. So label reading has to be your new best friend. And you know, the things we've talked about before are, you know, formaldehyde, triclosan, SLS, the phthalates, fragrance are just a few. You know, some of the easy ways to do it are, and don't mind the look of these, when you're starting out, these are my wool dryer balls. I've had these for like 3 years. I don't ever replace them because I don't need to. The only thing that ever goes on them are essential oils, but these go in my dryer. Do not use those dryer sheets. That is the first easy switch, because let's think about that. Those dryer sheets are filled with chemicals, and they're putting, your wet clothes are dancing around it. And then you're putting those clothes on the largest organ in your body, which is your skin. And they're just sitting on your skin all day, all night, your sheets, everything. First big one. And laundry detergent. Another easy one for me was my cleaner. This was like the easiest thing to do. I use the Thieves Household Cleaner, 1 to 2 capfuls, 16 ounces of water. And I actually add luscious lemon essential oil in here because I love the smell of that. This is all I use to clean all the things. And then for me, I was the big candle girl, you know, because I didn't know until I knew. So diffusers are in every room of my house. My perfume is Believe in a spray bottle. I just kind of douse myself with it. But those are the easy things that everybody can do, because it's amazing when you just rid yourself of those few big toxic things in your home, what an impact it makes. Because my health did a complete turnaround when I got rid of some of those big things, getting rid of my candles, my air fresheners, the cleaners. I've been a lifelong asthmatic and haven't had to use an inhaler since I got rid of the toxins in my home. Like what? Like I'm kind of mad that I didn't know about it sooner, because my entire life I was so ill and I had no idea that a lot of it was my own doing. So it's really easy to do. And now Wendy is going to jump back and talk about that blood sugar thing, because that's another huge component here. Oh, I think she froze on us. Are you there, Wendy? I don't know if she's with us.
She looks frozen.
I know. I hope she pops back because she loves to talk Ninja Red. So I really don't want to. Hopefully she's going to pop right back in. She really, really loves to talk about Ninja Red. So I'm going to give her a moment. Otherwise, I will. Oh, I'm so sad. How are you, Bert?
I've been good. Tired, stressed out as always.
Yeah.
I have been doing this Ninja Red though, and I forgot about it for like a week. I don't know why, but
And do you feel a
One day I
difference when you
finished.
stop?
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so tired.
Yeah. Well, we're
I
going to
don't
talk
know
about
why.
another. Yeah, we're going to talk about an oil tonight too that we used to use and we stopped. And I was like, oh, I got to get that back out again.
I know.
So, because I think we get to a point where we just keep using the things we know we like, and then we have to keep going back to the shelf. So that's why I love doing these classes now, because it makes me like, oh yeah, why am I not using this thing anymore?
Yeah.
And really just learning about how to use what's already sitting here on my shelf. All right. Oh man, I'm sad that she is not popping back. Something must have happened.
Hope they're not having an earthquake.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, I am going to just show you this first thing, and I'll let her break down. But she loves this visual about why Ninja Red. Oh, she's back.
Yay.
Yay. All right. Are you
There
there?
she is. And she's moving.
Yay. You're muted.
My computer went black and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
doing this really weird humming noise. And I was
Oh,
like,
Lord.
so I was trying to get up my other computer and then I just had to shut this one down because it wouldn't stop talking.
Oh, fun.
I'm
All
so
right.
sorry.
No, that's okay. I know you love to talk about Ninja Red, and I was just going to sneak peek that picture, and I got rid of it when we saw you were joining. So
Oh my goodness.
we're just throwing it back to you about blood sugar if you're ready.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that, you guys.
No,
right.
Life happens.
Right. Okay, so back to when we were talking about the cortisol, the stress hormone, right? That happens when we have those elevated levels of stress. Well, how many of you guys ever have a stressful day and you just think to yourself, man, I'm going to go home. You know what? I want some comfort food. I want some pizza, or I want, some tacos, or you know what I mean? You want some comfort food. Well, what happens to our body is we eat, right? And no matter what we eat, you could be thinking you're eating pizza or you could be eating chicken. It doesn't matter what you're eating. Those things are going to get transferred into sugar in your blood, right? And so then your blood sugar is going to go up. And especially if you guys are like me, I'm a late night, I'll totally snack on things like chips and bad things like that, right? And when we do that, again, it goes into our body as one thing, but your body sees it and it's like sugar, and it breaks it down into sugars no matter what, and it increases our insulin. And so that's why we get that weight gain around our stomach and then into our back, right? So it's really bad. So, which brings us into Ninja Red, because Ninja Red is an amazing, it helps to support healthy blood sugar levels. All right. It has a low glycemic index. And so that means it's going to go into your body at low sugars. Your body's going to be able to use it for what it's worth. And it doesn't have all this extra sugar, and it doesn't have to throw a bunch of insulin out to be able to help take care of all that sugar. Okay. So it helps us support a healthy immune system. It's amazing. It provides energy. It's got an amazing amount of antioxidants, you guys. It's crazy. It supports brain health, joint health. Hello, how everybody wants that, especially as we age, right? And it helps to support sugar cravings. I don't know about you guys, but I love to have my Ninja because I'll have that sugar craving and I'll be like, nope, I'm going to have my Ninja Red instead. And I'll make it into a drink or something. So it lasts. So it's not just a shot or something. All right. It is a whole food, nutrient dense supplement, and it's full of vitamins and minerals, amino acids, and polyphenols that our bodies need to help counteract all the cortisol and all the other junk that's in our body, and it helps to navigate it out. So when you guys are under stress, remember this: whenever you're under stress, your body depletes vitamins and minerals, and all these things just go out the door. And the food that we eat nowadays is grown in such poor soil. We start off with really bad seed. If they're not growing it in great conditions, right? If they're adding a bunch of pesticides and insecticides, it's actually coming into our body nutrient deficient. And then it's actually with chemicals. And so it's actually depleting our body more of what we already are low in, right? So look at this slide. I love this slide. So Ningixa Red, you guys, 1 ounce of Ningixa, so that's a shot, okay? A shot of Ningixa Red is equivalent to 100 oranges, okay? This is like all the nutrients that you would find in 100 oranges, 814 blueberries, 10 pounds of spinach, 59 broccoli florets, 73 strawberries, 22 carrots, you guys, and 93 apples together, okay? 1 shot. My kids will never eat that, but they'll do a shot of Ningixa, okay? You know what I mean? When I'm not feeling great, before I go to bed, I do a shot of Ningixa because I know all that's going into my body and my body's just going to be like, sweet, I can use all that while I'm sleeping. And it's using it to help fight my immune system, or not fight my immune system, but helping my immune system to fight off whatever might be making me feel not so well. All right. So Ningixa Red is just amazing, you guys. So Ningixa Red also has essential oils in it, you guys, that go in. So the essential oils, let me read this to you guys so I don't butcher this one up. So the essential oils that are mixed in with Ningixa Red act as catalysts to help deliver nutrients throughout the cell membranes while assisting the removal of cellular waste. So I don't know if you guys know what a catalyst is, but a catalyst is something that goes in and it makes a reaction happen faster. So normally a reaction has so much energy, it has to extend to happen, right? But a catalyst goes in there and it shortens or lessens the amount of energy needed, and it's not used in the process. Okay, so it kind of just goes in there, speeds up the reaction, but it's not used. So here's the cool thing about that as a catalyst, because when you have lemon oil, or if you have orange oil or tangerine oil that's in there, these oils have such amazing detoxifying properties. So not only are they going in there to help speed up cellular waste expediting, right? It's helping get all the waste out of your cells, right, as a detoxer, but it's also helping push in nutrients that we need into our cells. So that's huge, and I love that. And it also helps along other supplements if you're taking those as well. All right, let's see. I think that's it on my Ningixa Red. I think I'm going to pass this back over to Sherry, and she's going to tell us some more about some essential oils.
All right. So while you were fixing your computers, Bert and I were talking about, being tired. And I said, that's why I really like doing these classes, because it makes me research and be like, wait, why am I not using this and that? So we're going to talk about using your oils for the emotional support, because our emotions are so tied to our stress levels. And one oil that you want to get out, because you probably already have it on your shelf, is nutmeg. We used to take this internally, both Jim and I. So there is a Vitality and the regular label, but we know they're the same. And we did it for a while, and then it just kind of like didn't make it into our capsules anymore. And I don't know why. But there is an Adrenal Love diffuser blend that you can use this in the mornings or at times of stress. And it would be nutmeg, orange, frank, and clove. So this is great, like during work meetings, like when you're stressed out, anytime you think you need a little boost. So let's talk about why. So nutmeg is the essential oil for adrenal support. When you look it up in the reference guide, it says that it is an adrenal stimulant. So nutmeg helps process and balance the feelings of exhaustion. I was like, wait, what? How did I forget that? And that makes perfect sense, because when our stress response system is in overdrive, how could we feel anything but exhausted, right? So many of us, especially here where we are in the Chicago area, it's like, is winter ever going to end? Because we had a 70-degree day and then it was snowing again yesterday. So that just adds to our levels that we have going on. So when you're exhausted, you're more prone to illness and injuries. So it's just something that's just going to keep compounding if you don't address the issue. So nutmeg is a big one. You can put a drop in your Ningixa Red shot. You can put it in the diffusers. Another great one is frankincense. So we know it's a very versatile oil. It supports your immune system. It helps your body process inflammation, and it works as an antioxidant in the body. It's also has, long been used for its health supporting properties. We know it's very grounding and relaxing. Now, personally, for me, I choose not to put that in my diffuser because it's pricey. I put it directly in or on my body. So that's why you can also use this in a roller. But I actually would just put these in a capsule and take them all because there are Vitality versions of all of them. But if you just need a quick boost, you're feeling kind of tired and you have work to do, it's great in the diffuser. Clove. Clove is the main essential oil for powerful antioxidant support. So clove is able to absorb and mitigate a lot of free radicals. So its ability to do so is basically off the charts. So what's the deal with the antioxidants? Well, they help boost our immunity, and they allow our body, back to what Wendy was telling us about, repair the cellular damage that's been caused by the environment, injury, and stress. There it is again. So clove is another big one for that. And it also has a lot of other great properties. It's really great for eye health. There's just so many great things about clove. And then orange. Orange is high in limonene, and it's well known for its health benefits. It's very supportive of the immune system also, and it's very uplifting to our emotions. So you can see where this is like a really nice powerhouse blend. Now, another option is you can make a stress recovery serum. I'm also going to call that Daily Love on your adrenals. So Wendy showed us where our adrenals are. It's right back here when you put your fist behind your back. Now, I've just been kind of taking an easy button, and I've been using Endoflex. I roll it here on my thyroid, and then Danette Goodyear taught me that when you are rubbing it in, to use the back of your hands with the Endoflex. And then I was rubbing the hands that had the oil on my adrenals. So it was like a 2-for-1. However, this is a really easy way to make a serum that will help your body by supporting your adrenals in a topical format. Now, they're saying to use a 4-ounce glass dropper bottle. If you have a 2-ounce, which is, I think this might have been a 2-ounce, the one that we got for free. I don't remember what it was. Just fix your ratio. Now, what's different about this one is there's castor oil in it, and I'll talk about that in a minute. It's on the slide as well. But it's 25 drops of nutmeg, 20 drops of clove, 20 drops of frank. Now, this one adds rosemary. So it's got rosemary in there because it is part of our Thieves Blend. It's got cleansing properties, so it helps support your liver, healthy blood pressure levels, which all connect to the adrenals. So that's another good one. Now, castor oil is highlighted specifically for this one because of the fatty acids in it. It allows the essential oils to be quickly absorbed through your skin. But if you don't have castor oil, my quick go-to is my fractionated coconut oil. But it makes me want to get some castor oil and really try this one. So these are just a few ideas. If you only have one of these oils, start with that. Nutmeg is going to be the first one. It's going to go in my wellness capsule that I'm making after this class tonight, because I think that's awesome. And now I'm going to send it back to Wendy to talk about some other things that we can do away from oils.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Sherry. I loved learning that about castor oil. I have some castor oil, and now I'm going to use it in some of my rollers right now because I'm like, ooh, I like that. All right. So you guys, we're going to talk about some of the Young Living supplements, and I'm not sure if you guys know about this, but I remember when I first started Young Living, I just did the essential oils, right? And only about 3 years ago did I start taking supplements. And now I have to say that my monthly order is mostly supplements and very few oils. So our supplements are made so they're bioavailable for the body. So the same process that Young Living takes in having this high standard for seed to seal for our oils is taken in the approach with our supplements as well. So everything that is sourced to make up the ingredients of our supplements follows the same rigorous seed to seal standards. And it's just top of the line stuff, you guys, so that when you're putting it into your body, you know that when you're putting something in your body's getting 100% of that, as opposed to another vitamin or something you might be taking. And a lot of them are made with fillers. And so your body's actually unable to break them down and to absorb it. Okay. So, and who wants to take a vitamin and basically have it go straight through your body without your body being able to utilize it? It's silly. So the first one we're going to talk about is mineral essence. And I kind of mentioned this to you guys before, that when we're stressed, our body loses things. Okay. It's going to lose, we're going to talk about minerals. We're going to talk about super B vitamins. We're going to talk about Life 9, which is a probiotic. Because I told you guys earlier about how our digestion is affected by that stress, right? And then we're also going to talk about omega Gs, which are omega-3s that everybody's body needs. All right. Really quick. Bye, guys. I love you. Sorry. I have some people leaving. So mineral essence is a balanced full spectrum ionic mineral. It's a liquid mineral, and it's enhanced with some essential oils. Now, ionic is an important thing when you're talking about minerals, because minerals are going to go into your body and it means they have a charge. Okay. So that means that they're going to go in and they're going to have a charge. That means they're going to stick to other parts of your cells where they need these minerals. All right. If you don't have them charged, they're going to go straight through your body. It's like eating a piece of sand. It's going to go from here to there. Okay. But when it's ionic, it's going to have a charge and it's going to go and it's going to seek out other things that need it. Does that make sense? It's like a magnet. All right. So mineral essence is really cool. So I'm reading to you guys from a supplement guide, and it's from Jen O'Sullivan, and I absolutely adore this book. I eat it up daily. And she goes through all the supplements that Young Living has, and she'll go through and say exactly how to use it and what it's good for. And she'll break down everything that's in the supplement, and she'll actually tell you where it's sourced from. So you'll be able to know if something has gluten in it. You'll know if it has soy in it. You'll know if it has dairy, anything like that. So it's really cool. You can also look up if you're looking for a certain like part of a vitamin or something. Like, for instance, I was looking in here earlier for DHEA, because that's one of the things that I talked about earlier, that the adrenals help to excrete. And when those levels drop low in our body, that's when cortisol tends to run amok. Okay. And DHEA drops lower as we get older. And so sometimes it's important to supplement with our supplements to help our bodies, right? So I was looking up DHEA, and it'll tell you exactly what supplements that we have at Young Living that has DHEA in it. So it's nice. It helps you to study and narrow it down so you know what's in what. So back to mineral essence really fast, you guys. So mineral essence has salt, so that there's a trace mineral complex. It has honey. It has royal jelly. That's from bees. That's like the prize part of honey from bees, right? It has lemon, it has cinnamon, and it has peppermint. Mineral wise, it has magnesium, it has chloride, and it has sodium. And then I love what she goes in and she talks about what everything does. And so the magnesium in here, it's going to go in and it's going to help your bone formation. When you guys are stressed, calcium like bones out, literally out of your bones. And it weakens you and you don't even realize it. Do you know that we need calcium in our body for so many things? Heart function, we need it for so many things. So it goes in here. So the minerals are really, really good to have, you guys. Now I gotta say, you gotta put your big girl panties on for this one because it's not the best tasting, okay? But you just have to remember it's good for you. It's a few squirts. You throw it in your Ninja and you just do it and drink a little bit of orange juice or something afterwards, right? Sherry's like, hold your nose, right? All right. Life 9 is amazing. Life 9 is a probiotic that Young Living has, and I love taking this one at night. So it sits in my system and it goes and it helps to break things down. So probiotics are going to put good, friendly bacteria into your stomach that help to break our food down. Kind of like the catalyst that I was talking about, enzymes go in and they break things down into smaller pieces that your body can actually utilize. A lot of times when we're sick and we're stressed, you could actually eat a ton of great organic food, but if your body can't break it down, it goes straight through you. All right. So Life9 is going to help replenish your gut bacteria to bring it back to a healthy level, and it helps you to absorb all the nutrients that you're eating, right? Okay, Super B is my all-time favorite supplement from Young Living. I can't tell you guys, I can't live without my Super B, and I freak out when it goes out of stock. Super B has all 8 essential B vitamins, and it has nutmeg, and it has adrenal supporting minerals in there. All right, so you're getting a double dose. Super B, or I should say just B vitamins. B vitamins can't be stored in our body, and so whenever we stress, our body uses B vitamins like someone has a deck of cards and they just go. I mean, B gets used up really fast, and so taking Super B is awesome to help our bodies deal with that stress. So we kind of like go in there and we give out, 50 extra decks of cards, okay, so that they can be utilized and put throughout our body. Super B is, it has the nutmeg in there that helps, like Sherry was talking about, that it goes in there and it helps to support our adrenals. Our B vitamins are also made to be more bioavailable for the body. And I'm telling you guys, Super B is just all time. I take it in the morning. I take 2 in the morning and I'm good to go with energy through the day. They're amazing. All right. And finally, we have Omega Gies up here, and Omega Gies can help support the body's response to stress. Omega Gies is awesome. So I'm going to read you guys a little something about Omega Gies that I have marked off here. Excuse me. Okay, so this is like your fish oils, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys know about this, but fish oils can taste really wonky. If your fish oil tastes wonky, it's bad, okay? If your fish oil, if you can't bite into your fish oil capsule and have it taste okay, it's not good, okay? So if they smell, it's not a good thing. So Omega Gies is awesome. So this one is a core omega-3 supplement infused with essential oil blends. Many of the Young Living supplements come with the essential oils. All right. This one has omega-3 fatty acids from the basa fish. It has also EPA and DHA, and it also has coenzyme Q10. The oils that it has in it has clove, it has German chamomile, and spearmint. So this is full of vitamin D, you guys. Vitamin D, we absolutely, totally need all the time. So vitamin D helps to regulate our moods. It helps to regulate our immune system. So we really, really need this one. All right. So let me tell you about vitamin D. So it supports also healthy bones, and it helps support our immune. And it also helps to boost weight loss, and it improves our moods, like I was just telling you guys. All right. This one is awesome, and it's great to take. So these are just 4, and there's even more. There's so many more supplements here that we could go into, but that covers the few that we were going to talk about. And so I'm going to pass this back over to Sherry, and she is going to talk to us about some more reading stuff that we can get into.
Yes, and thanks for bringing up the book. I did put the link in the chat to Jen O'Sullivan's book, and I believe, so this is the one that Wendy and I both have, but I believe there's a new edition that just came out.
Yes.
So, and the only difference with the new one is that it just has the newer products. She might have done a little bit more, but I know this one right now on Amazon is only like $14. Every supplement is in here, including the CBD. And Bert, I saw your question in the chat. She asked about Life 9. How important is it to take it after eating, before bed? According to all of the research, they say it should be on an empty stomach. So a few hours after you eat, and you want it to be the last thing you take so that, like Wendy said, it can sit there in your stomach and do its job. They say you shouldn't take it with any other supplements. However, I take it at the same time I take my Thyromin, which is another Young Living supplement, because that is also suggested to take on an empty stomach before bed. So I'm like, well, I have to take them both. So I'm taking the two of them. But that's like my routine. When I go in, I take a glass of water next to me at bedtime, and I go right into my refrigerator and grab my Life 9 and take a Thyromin. So it's probably not as beneficial if you're not taking it at that point. So it's not going to harm you, but it's not going to give you all of the goodness that it's intended for if you take it earlier in the day.
Right.
Wendy,
You know what, I think it's great to think about too. At night, it's the longest duration that you can have something sit within your system, because you're sleeping for, anywhere
Right.
from, well, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours, maybe 8.
Yeah.
I don't know who does that, but 4 to 6 at least, right?
Yeah. That's true, because you're not going to be eating or drinking anything, so it's just going to be in there doing its job.
Yeah.
So some of the resources where we got a lot of our information. The Woman Code is a great book, and you can find all these on Amazon. The Hormone Cure is amazing. I have that book. I'm sorry I didn't grab it. And it's really great because, remember, hormones aren't just about like if you're at that transitional part in your life as a woman. This is about all those things. Your cortisol levels, everything is controlled by our hormones. The Releasing Emotional Patterns book. Now that's an interesting one, because so much of our emotions are because of our hormone levels, our stress levels. So this book is really great. It's saying, like, if you're feeling angry, these are oils that can help you with those feelings. So it's an amazing book. It takes a lot to get through it. It's not like you sit and read it like this. But it is a book. I think we need to do another class just on that book. But these are some great resources. And if you don't have this, the Life Steps app, I cannot recommend it to you enough. It is a free app for everybody. It's lifestepsapp.com. It's amazing. If you need to look up an oil, they have so many oils and protocols in the app directly. So much of our information for tonight's class actually came from this app. It's all right there for you. And they even do this wellness assessment. And I like to do mine like every few months. And the last time I did it at the end of February, mid-February, I got the Adrenal Health Wellness Box. So obviously that's when I was getting just a little bit stressed out with life. So it's a really great resource. So don't hesitate to look into some of these additional options. And then, as you know, if you're a Young Living member, you can create your customized wellness box. So like Wendy, my monthly subscription order is more supplements than oils now. I might order a few oils, but the majority of it is my ditch and switch products, all of my cleaning, dish soaps, and supplements, and Ningixa Red. So it's so amazing to me that we can just get all of those things that we need. And then, as you know, we are here to, guys, just help you learn. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any other questions. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you are watching this as a replay, just reach out to the person that sent you this video so that they can help you get started. Have a good evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And I'm going to